Let me conclude by introducing the man I have the great privilege of working with at the Center for Security Policy. He's one of the country's foremost experts on this deal. You probably have seen his writings everywhere because he is desperately trying to educate all of us as to what is at stake here, what the risks are for our country and for its people. His name is Fleitz. He served with great distinction in the intelligence community of the United States for about 20 years. His job in the Central Intelligence Agency was to monitor what these sorts of threats are and what they're becoming. He is the man who probably did as much as anything besides Senator Tom Cotton and Congressman Mike Pompeo to bring to our attention the side deals that the Obama administration has allowed to be struck but will not show the Congress of the United States, something that is explicitly required in the Corker-Cardin bill. So please join me in thanking for his extraordinary service in the CIA, in John Bolton's office at the State Department, and in the House Intelligence Committee, my friend and colleague, Fleitz.
It's a pleasure to be here. I want to talk quickly about the secret side deals that will allow Iran to collect evidence against its own nuclear weapons work. Now, the Obama administration says there are no secret side deals where Iran will do this. Then they said, well, maybe there are deals like this, but Iran's not going to collect the evidence. Then they said, well, Iran is going to collect this evidence, but this is some separate arrangement that doesn't matter because it concerns issues of the past. And according to Secretary Kerry, we have perfect knowledge about Iran's nuclear program. I worked with the CIA, the House Intelligence Committee, and for John Bolton on the Iran nuclear program. We do not have perfect knowledge about Iran's nuclear program. We know there are enormous gaps of WMD programs of rogue states. We saw that in North Korea. Now, it's interesting. The Obama administration, until April, said that this issue, officially known as possible military dimensions, that's UN lingo for nuclear weapons work, would be in the final agreement. He said this. But then in late May or early June, Secretary Kerry made an offer to the Iranians to close the book on this issue with some very generous provisions. The Iranians turned Secretary Kerry down. Then he started saying, well, it doesn't matter. These are issues of the past. Our intelligence community has perfect knowledge of the Iranian nuclear program. He said, we know what they did. We don't know what they did. And I can tell you that because I have read the very sensitive intelligence on Iran's nuclear program. So lo and behold, after this agreement is announced, these secret side deals show up, which incorporate this issue that could not be resolved during the nuclear talks. I don't believe in coincidences. The administration could not resolve this during the talks, and they suddenly showed up in agreements that you can't see, that the U.S. Congress cannot see. So why are they secret? So the U.S. Congress cannot see an agreement where Iran will actually collect evidence on its nuclear weapons program. As someone who worked in this field, I am astonished at such a proposal. You can't let someone who committed a crime collect evidence at the crime scene. That's not the way it's done. It's extremely outrageous. It is not a routine arrangement. But I'm going to add one more thing that is not generally known, and this is in an op-ed I had published today in Investors Business Daily. I hope you can check it out. There is good reason to believe that these secret side deals were written by the United States, were written by Obama administration officials, and I explained this in my op-ed. The reason is they needed to get this issue put aside to get a final agreement with Iran. So I have some questions for Senator Gillibrand, and then I'll wrap up. Senator Gillibrand, how can you vote on an agreement when a significant part of it is not available to you? This doesn't make any sense. She doesn't know what we've agreed to. The Obama administration has said they have not seen these documents themselves. But the second point, and this is very important, this constitutes national security fraud. How can Senator Gillibrand stand by an agreement that was brought about through national security fraud? Senator Gillibrand, please change your vote. You cannot vote for an agreement that you haven't seen. You cannot vote for an agreement that is based on national security fraud. Thank you.